Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is going to be a brief follow-up to my previous video talking about the leak, my rant reaction to the leaked scripts for Series A of Doctor Who, 5 scripts that were leaked, and I feel like I need to make a clarification. Somebody who is well respected by me on YouTube was kind of reacting loosely to a lot of the backlash and things that have been going on in this air quotes Leakgate, as ridiculous as that is for a way to reference it. People are like, oh, don't spoil me, and there are hashtags and all these stupid things going on, and I used some harsh language in my video, in my reaction, calling everyone a-holes who would be so tempted as to read these scripts. And this was all under the, basic assumption, unfortunately it was a mistake on my point, the information I had at the time was leading me to believe that these were stolen scripts. They were pirated in some means and put out there, and I had since, in the hours after reading that information, I had seen people going and making video broadcasts about it and putting it on blogs and stuff like that. Basically, in my estimation, potentially spoiling the entirety of the experience of watching Series 8 of Doctor Who for viewers. And it was those people who, under that mistaken assumption that these were pirated scripts, who were taking advantage of that I was calling assholes. I wasn't calling the average Whovian who may be given to giving into temptation and may want to find these scripts and read them and see, how well-to-do they are or not. It was not my intent to, basically slanderize the average Whovian who might have those curiosities. That can't be faulted. It's human nature, as my esteemed colleague on YouTube pointed out, and I agree wholeheartedly with that, but I'm a man who says what I mean and I mean what I say. I am not going to be one of these people who goes looking for these scripts. I don't want to be spoiled. I have kept largely away from almost the entirety of Series 8 spoilers. I've only really paid attention loosely to casting information and, of course, the unavoidable imagery being posted on Facebook and places like that during filming where you can't avoid it. It's just there in your news feed. These are things that I've been subjected to, and everything else I've been staying away from. And so, again, basically through people like Digital Sid on YouTube, thank you for the update of information, as well as Dr. Freedom on YouTube, who has been always a stalwart point of, where I go back to for Doctor Who news and stuff like that, who is always the chief among those clarifying the situation and putting what is, basically rumor and speculation aside and cutting to the cloth, right to the cloth of the truth of the matter, whether it's Doctor Who related or other news stories. And it's people like that who have actually made me understand that this was actually all an accident, that a BBC broadcaster, these scripts were essentially emailed or what have you on a public server without the person who was in charge of it realizing it. And it was supposed to be for subtitling the episodes, and I think, according to someone I saw online, said the MP4s of the episodes were actually available too. Luckily, they caught them in time before that became public as well. So, if it was a big mistake, that's fine. It's kind of like a smack to the head. How could something like that happen? But it's life. It happens. It's the digital, adventure that we have unfolding every single day. And so, yeah, I mean, I can only react with the information I have on hand. And I was one of the first reactions because it was my assumption, again, the information was leading me to believe this was pirated content, stolen content, and I figured anyone trying to take advantage of that was an asshole. That's what I said. Excuse my French. And I maintain, if that were the case, that's how I'd feel about it. Anyone else who's given into temptation, it's no shortcoming of your own. If you decide to, it's your choice to make. For me, I'm not going to be making that choice. I don't want to be spoiled. And my hat's off to anyone, Dr. Freedom, people like that, people who are avoiding these things, or whether they're dipping into them or not, who are not going and broadcasting them and putting them out there for everyone else to see and trying to get brownie points for those things. My hat's off to those kinds of people. So otherwise, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.